Hello everyone, my name is Beata. Welcome to my violin online class. Today we'll be talking about how to add or change a fine tuner. Now first what you need to do is to loosen up your peg. So if you're changing a G, then this is the G peg. So the G string, you want to add the G, then this is the peg that you need to loosen up. Okay, I'm loosening it up the peg. So the string is loose. And I'm taking the string from the space where it was. Now I actually have the fine tuner. I want to show you exactly how the fine tuner looks like. And this is attached on a tailpiece. This is called the tailpiece. Please, just so you know, we do not want to take the tailpiece completely from your violin. We want to keep the pressure of the string on the bridge, just so the sole of the violin, which we call the sound post inside, will not fall off, fall from inside. Now we have these fine tuners. I want to show you. The fine tuners kind of differ a little bit from each other. Now this is a fine tuner already attached to the tailpiece. So what I'm doing right now, I'm taking this screw right here and I am pulling that screw from the tailpiece and I'm taking it off from this tailpiece right here. Okay, and notice that we have like this part that has its like hollow, and this is where the fine tuner will go inside our spot here. So I am applying gently, trying not to scratch the violin. I want to make sure you can see it really well. So you're applying the fine tuner on the bottom, you're putting it up, and then you're applying the fine tuner from the bottom, from the top. Okay, so I'm holding it with one hand and I want to screw in this fine tuner here. Okay, there's a little bit differences between the fine tuners. Now when the fine tuner is new, they're usually very narrow right here, and you can't really very well put the ball on the string into the this is already a fine tuner that I have kind of stretched out a little bit. But if this is a new tuner, I want to use something like that, not like a for painting. But it doesn't have to be exactly this one. And so what you want to do before you even put it on the tailpiece is to wiggle it a little bit. If you can't put and stretch it out, you want to be very gentle, not to put additional pressure on the fine tuner, just not to get anything off from the not to damage the violin in any way. And notice the string is a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm adding the ball, I'm positioning, and for fine tuners we usually need the ball end strings. You can install the strings on a fine tuner as a loop. You can actually do that, but it's easier. Here we go. So notice that the string right now is not tight. So the next step is going to be taking the peg right here, okay, and I'm making it tighter. And before I tighten it completely, I want to double check this. You see what happened? And the string kind of got off the track right here. So I am going to have to loosen up the peg again and put it back. And I want to always double check. Notice that it's sometimes it can make like a little scary noises with this, and once you start tightening up the string. So notice that the fine tuner, I want to make sure that this is tight here, because this is very huge cough was buzzing. If you hear buzzing in your violin, very often this fine tuner is buzzing. And of course I am making the string tighter. And now tips, reminders, don't loosen up all the other strings. you want to keep the pressure on the bridge just so the sound pulse will not fall out of the violin. It is better, just on the safe side, to keep the violin like I do on a table. And you don't want to take off the string at once. It's really important. You don't want to take all the strings at once. You want to keep the pressure. And if you want to add all the tuners, then you do it one by one. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful. And this is the how to change the fine tuner tutorial. Thank you so much, and subscribe or like the video if you like it. Bye bye.